It's later than I wanted, but you know what? I felt like streaming tonight. That might be how we start doing it from now on. Is whenever the fuck I feel it. But you know what? I felt like streaming tonight. That might be. Yeah, that might be how we handle it. It's whenever the fuck I feel like. Decided. No, let's go. Space. At everyone. Decided I wanted to do a short Assassin's Creed stream. Probably just the tutorial. Alright. Minimize that. Because I haven't eaten dinner yet, and it is late. But, you know what? I was coming home, and I was like, you know what? I feel like doing a little bit of Ass Creed. So let's Ass Creed it up. Tutorial, that's like 10 minutes. Then maybe it's a 10-minute stream. How you doing tonight, maid? So, I got myself some Gloria ready-to-drink margarita cocktail, which I think margaritas are supposed to be made out of tequila. But I got myself some Gloria ready-to-drink margarita cocktail with blueberry. And it says, just add ice. So I poured this shit. And here's the crazy thing, right? Look at this bottle, right? Look at this bottle. You see how blue this fucking bottle is? You'd see this bottle and you're like, well, that's just the color of the bottle, right? That can't possibly be the color of the margarita. You'd assume that. Then I poured this. Look how blue this is. Alright? Look how blue this is. Who doesn't love ice cream? Hey, Max here. How you doing tonight? We're probably just going to do the tutorial. This is fucking screen tearing. How you doing? I just asked you how you're doing tonight. I'm not drunk. I haven't had a sip yet. Alright, you ready? Here we go. We're going to try it. Here we go. It's okay. It's like, that's not a drink, that's engine fluid. Finished RE4 remake a couple days ago. It was excellent. I heard. This game is your favorite setting. Just another boring day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what? Boring can be good, right? Because sometimes interesting is bad. As far as, like, setting, as far as the Assassin's Creed setting goes, okay, I'm gonna agree with an asterisk. Because my favorite time period they go to is the American Revolution. But that game fucking botches it. Can I not do controller? I'd like controller, please. There we go. I'm used to playing this on Xbox. You got bullied by fighting game hard asses today? Oh, shit. We might... Do we need to do VSync? I remember VSync was a problem. I don't remember if you're supposed to turn off VSync or turn on VSync. If the game starts looking like complete garbage, we will turn VSync on. I remember the problem. The problem with VSync is if it's on, it, like, fucks with the camera. This game is old, by the way. This game is so old. This game is so old that I have this on Steam and not on Ubisoft Connect. You're running like Drakengard 3? What? I am? What do you mean?
I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also was a chasing after wind. Very much wisdom is much grief. And the ignorance of knowledge, and which that sorrow.
You were dropping frames? Oh, well, okay.
I've got a problem. I can't anchor him to the memory. Too much psychological trauma. He's rejecting the treatment, retreating.
Desmond, I need you to try and...
If it happens in the game, let me know.
Let me try and stabilize him.
Focus. Listen to the sound of my voice. Recognize that what you're seeing isn't real. Just a picture of the past. It can't hurt you.
Damn it. It's not working.
Give it a moment, mister. He'll adjust. The first time is never easy.
What is happening?
We're losing him.
That's enough, Mr. Mann.
We need to pull him out. Now.
All right, Desmond. We're going to try and bring you out now.
Why can't I use my analog stick? That doesn't make any sense.
You okay?
I told you he'd be fine.
Bastards!
Now, I just saved your life.
Saved my life? You kidnapped me. You strapped me into that thing.
Animus. It's an animus.
I don't even know you people. Why are you doing this to me?
Anyway,
You have information we need,
I think
Mr. Miles.
the American Revolution
Information?
is probably my favorite time period they visited.
What are you gonna do, teach you how to mix
But
them
they
up?
really fucked it up. They fucked it up so hard.
What you are.
Assassin's Creed 3 is
I don't know
bad.
what you're talking about.
So I would agree that this is probably the best setting. It's not my favorite Assassin's Creed, but it is the best setting.
And whether you realize it or not, you've got something that my employers want. Locked away in that head of yours.
But I'm not an assassin. Not anymore.
Yes, your file indicated as much. Something about an escape. Most fortunate for us.
What do you want from me?
For you to do as you're told. The Animus will allow us to locate what we need. Once we have it, you'll be free to go.
I am not going back in there.
Then we'll induce a coma and continue our work. When we're done, you'll be left to
The
die.
game is it's a fucking mess from top to
The only reason
bottom.
you're still conscious is because this approach saves us time.
They also like mischaracterized a lot of
So
historical
what is it,
figures.
Mr. Miles? Live or die?
Like George Washington, for example, and I think
die.
Paul Revere are like huge pussies in the game. It's one of those things where they like tried to make a character and they're like, we got the coolest character ever. Look at Connor. Look how cool Connor is. And so they made everyone else lamer to make Connor cooler. It did not turn out well. It also doesn't help that Connor's a huge fucking asshole, but you spend the first like hour and a half of that game playing his dad Hatham, and Hatham is like cool and charismatic and everything Connor
That
isn't.
renders genetic memories in 3 dimensions.
Genetic memory.
Seems you'll need a bit of a tutorial. Very well. We'll start simple. What is a memory, Mr. Miles?
It's the recollection of a past event.
Specific to the individual remembering the event.
Yeah, sure.
What if
The
I
only
told
other
you
Native
that
American protagonist I can
1,000
think of
individuals
is
but the memories
the
of
main
his
character of
ancestors
Infamous
as
Second
well.
Son, which I always love how they did that.
Migration, hibernation, reproduction.
Game's fucking up.
How do animals know when and where to go?
Okay, I probably
What
know
to
the
do?
issue.
That's just animal instinct.
Once we get, I'll have to like finish.
Semantics, Mr. Miles.
We'll have to end
Wherever
this
you
scene
go,
for sure.
The fact remains, these creatures hold knowledge absent the requisite first-hand experience. I've spent the past 30 years trying to understand why. I discovered something most fascinating. Our DNA functions as an archive. It contains not only genetic instructions passed down from previous generations, but memories as well. The memories of our ancestors.
And the Animus lets you decode and read these DNA files.
Precisely.
But there's a problem. This is the specific memory we're trying to access. Unfortunately, when we try and open the memory, your mind withdraws. You lack the confidence to step into your ancestor's body. That's what happened earlier. You got knocked out of the target memory and pushed back to a more stable state.
Why?
It's your subconscious. It's resisting. We found similar reactions among patients who undergo hypnosis.
Never played
to
Infamous
relive
Second Son. I
traumatic
played
events.
Infamous 1. They're
They
trying to
can't
promote
jump directly
CRT in my
into a
video
specific
games.
memory.
Brother really
They need
likes
to
the
be
Infamous series though.
consistent.
Yeah,
Even there can be problems.
Second Son does it
So how do we
great
fix it?
because none of the promotion.
Can synchronize
It's the polar opposite of Assassin's Creed 3, right? None of the promotion even, like, brings up the, like, idea of you playing as a Native American. It's just, like, because, like, you're not... The main character of that game is not built as a Native American, right? He's like a character first, and he just so happens to be Native American. Like, they do it great. Whereas Connor's, like, whole persona is warped around it. I should say wrapped around it, but you know what? Fine. I can't... Why is my analog stick broken? Did it always control like this?
The synchronization bar represents how in sync you are with your ancestors' memories. If you ever fall completely out of sync, the Animus will restore you to your last...
Second Son is possibly the worst of the Infamous games.
Desynchronization. Please follow all forthcoming instructions.
At least fucking reverse these. If you're gonna make me play like this, at least reverse them.
Concept to control the actions of your ancestor. I'm loading subroutines to validate your
these are just wrong.
To the Animus. We will begin by exploring the default actions of each input.
The controller is completely backward.
While standing still, use the head button to observe your environment.
Y'all, you have no fucking idea how bad this is.
Good. Use your empty hand to walk through these jar carriers without causing them to drop what they're holding. Proceed to the marker to continue the synchronization process.
You have no fucking clue how bad this controls. I can't fully get... That was the Y button I had to hold. X and Y are reversed. Left trigger pans the camera right. Right trigger pans the camera left.
Are socially acceptable.
A is still A.
Actions are more action-oriented.
Run is RB for some reason.
Profile button to see how your heads-up display changes the context of the puppeteering inputs.
Ubisoft's credit that time period was not great for Native Americans, so his character being heavy on his identity as a Native American does work in that sense. I do agree with your points, though. Well, I mean, even then, he's like... I don't even remember him...
Excellent.
Like, I know him being a Native American was, like, a major point of his character.
We will continue,
but they don't, like, explore it in any meaningful way.
High-profile actions. Grab and throw this individual on
No. I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna say even the gameplay of that was the worst. Now, to figure out what button I'm supposed to be hitting. This is almost unplayable. Oh, I'm just instantly failing now. Wow! Oh, my God. Alright, at least they'll let me control this. What? It's not recognizing RT. Why is it not recognizing RT? It's recognizing this as Z-axis? Oh, you're talking about Second Son. Oh, then I fully agree. Fair enough, then. If I remember, it's like left, right, top, bottom. High profile really should be RT. Why is it RB? These aren't even like buttons. Let's go. Fuck. There's no button for it. Just toggle? What is button 8? Oh, hold on. Fine. And then target lock. Button 8. Action camera can be button 4. High profile can be button 5. I don't know why it won't register the triggers, but I probably don't need the triggers. And then let's go to the graphics. Let's turn on VSync. And then why is there so much heat? I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since Freedom Cry, the AC force paid off. I have never successfully made it through Assassin's Creed 4. Okay. Alright. We do need to quit the game, though. Is this one of those games that needs mods to play? Maybe. I have fixed the controls.
I told you he'd be fine.
Bastards!
Now, I just saved your life.
Saved my life? You kidnapped me. You strapped me into that thing.
Animus. It's an animus.
I don't even know you people. Why are you doing this to me?
You have information we need, Mr. Miles.
Information? I'm a bartender, for Christ's sakes. What do you want me
Can we skip this?
to do? Teach you how to mix a martini?
We know who you are, what you are.
I don't know what you're talking
We
about.
cannot skip
Don't
this.
play coy with me. There isn't time.
But
You're
we have fixed the controls.
And whether you realize it or not, you've got something that my employers want. Locked away in that head of yours.
But I'm not an assassin. Not anymore.
It's OG Dark Souls all over again.
Yes, your file indicated as much.
Well,
Something about this
we're setting into this cutscene again.
most fortunate. For
There's like a fucking
What do you
heat
want
or
from me?
smoke coming
For you
out
to do
here,
as you're
so
told. The animus will allow.
I'm actually gonna double check on something. I'm gonna mute myself. The game should be playing while I'm going.
us to locate what we need. Once we have it, you'll be free to go.
I am not going back in there.
Then we'll induce a coma and continue our work. When we're done, you'll be left to die. Truth be told, the only reason you're still conscious is because this approach saves us time.
You're insane.
So what is it, Mr. Miles? Live or die? Lie down. A wise decision.
Whoa. Where am am I?
You're inside the Animus.
Which is...
It's a projector that renders genetic memories in 3 dimensions.
genetic memory.
Seems you'll need a bit of a tutorial. Very well. We'll start simple. What is a memory, Mr. Miles?
It's the recollection of a past event.
Specific to the individual remembering the event.
Yeah, sure.
What if I told you that the human body not only housed an individual's memory, but the memories of his ancestors as well? Genetic memory, if you will. Migration, hibernation, reproduction. How do animals know when and where to go? What to do?
That's just animal instinct.
Now you're arguing semantics, Mr. Miles. Whatever you call it, the fact remains. These creatures hold knowledge absent the requisite first-hand experience. I've spent the past 30 years trying to understand why. I discovered something most fascinating. Our DNA functions as an archive. It contains not only genetic instructions passed down from previous generations, but memories as well. The memories...
Okay, I'm back. Did I miss anything? It looks like no. It looks like it's still going. No, I mean, it's not even like... There's no heat coming out.
This is the specific memory we're trying to access. Unfortunately, when we try and open the memory, your mind withdraws. You lack the confidence to step into your ancestor's body. That's what happened earlier. You got knocked out of the target memory and pushed back to a more stable state.
GPU usage is 23. Network is 1. Disk is 6. Memory is 34. CPU is 16.
Who undergo hypnosis to relive traumatic events. They can't jump directly into the specific memory. They need to be eased in. Even then, there can be problems.
So there's nothing going on with that.
So how do we fix it?
We find a memory you can synchronize with, and we move forward from there.
CPU is heated up to 53
This is
degrees.
the closest we can get, so it's where we'll have to start.
My guess
I'm
is
uploading the
the
tutorial
heat
for
I'm
you.
getting is the game is causing the fan to do to turn up a little bit, but I think it's still relatively cool. Let me look at the individual cores.
Warning.
I'm gonna
Extreme
get a little more of this.
Attempting to restore synchronization. Hello, Subject 17. This tutorial has been prepared in order to better acclimate you to the Animus's control system. Instructions will follow shortly. The synchronization bar represents how in sync you are with your ancestors' memories. If you ever fall completely out of sync, the Animus will restore you to your...
It's running a little hot.
You are currently dangerously close to desynchronization. Please follow all...
But the fan is keeping the
instructions
cores
in order to
relatively
restore
cool. Like, they're
system
dipping...
stability.
Like, sometimes it gets into the 60s, but then they cool back down to the
Animus
50s.
utilizes a
So it's not like the fan's not working.
Control the actions of your ancestor. I'm loading subroutines to validate your body's adaptation to the Animus. We will begin by exploring the default actions of each input.
So, I think...
While standing still...
Because I use a very powerful... I use literally the best CPU cooling fan. Or at least it was when I bought it. So I think what's happening is I think I'm getting blasted with the hot air coming out of my CPU. I don't know why this is so intensive on my CPU, though.
Good. Use your empty hand to walk through these jar carriers without causing them to drop what they're holding. Proceed to the marker to continue the synchronization process. Well done.
It was till Assassin's Creed assassinated it.
The Animus differentiates between two fundamental actions. Low profile and high profile.
I don't know why it won't accept my
Low profile actions
triggers.
are socially acceptable. High profile actions are more action oriented. Hold the high profile button to see how your heads up display changes the context.
It called it the Z axis for some reason.
Excellent. We will continue your synchronization process by testing some high profile actions.
Alright, this is the important part.
Grab and throw this individual onto the marker by using the...
This is the part where the game glitched because the guy didn't load properly.
Good.
Nailed it.
Using your legs button in high profile will allow you to sprint. Sprinting is useful to escape from soldiers or to get closer to a fleeing target. However, be careful not to bump into anyone, for you can lose your balance and tumble to the ground. While sprinting, reach the marker before this man does.
Fuck you, dude! I'm Altair ibn Lahad!
The Animus will also provide other important information. The social status icon gives you information on your social status. The different states will be explained in context soon. This icon appears when a soldier is looking at you. The yellow color means the soldier is either unaware or suspicious of who you are. To illustrate the change in awareness level, you will stealth assassinate this soldier. First, lock onto your target. Now, select your hidden blade. With your blade selected, walk up to the soldier and assassinate him by using your armed hand button.
You tell me one thing, that sounded satisfying. And now all of these games are RPGs. Excuse me, and have like big wolves in it and shit.
The dead body has alerted the soldier and changed his awareness to informed, as represented by the red witness indicator. Aggressive action.
For the record, I have yet to see a single thing actually depict Fenrir as the correct size.
An armed response. Provoke this soldier. Notice how the social status icon has changed to exposed.
Eat a dick, Cosmic Tam.
You're done for. Just give up. You won't get away from me.
Excellent. The line of sight has been broken. Now run into the roof garden to hide from the soldier. Good. Your social status indicates that you are hidden, but the soldier is still looking for you. Wait until your social status changes again.
That really is an okay bit of alcohol. I have wanted this for years. Years, literally. I've seen it on a shelf, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that one day. And today, I was like, today's the day I try it.
Now anonymous, and you can
I waited for nothing. I mean, it's not even bad. I don't dislike it. It's just like...
Being anonymous will fill your
it's just not good.
and make your job as an assassin easier.
Fenrir, according to mythology, is so large that a drip of his drool comes down after he's in prison and creates a lake.
And then use a hide spot to vanish.
Whereas, whenever he's portrayed in video games, he's usually, like, the size of an elephant. Which, don't get me wrong, that's a big wolf. But that's not create a lake with your drool big.
Let us continue with the demonstration of blend. Blend can be activated.
Like, he should be
by
mountain-sized.
legs. You can mimic a scholar and pass near soldiers without arousing suspicion.
I love the concept that this dude, strapped to the nines in weapons, can blend in as a scholar walking down the street. Just because scholars all wear white robes and do a dumb hand thing.
Good. good.
This SMT where it's the size of a wolf. Well, I mean,
A new ability is
we all know that SMT is the most historically accurate video game series ever made.
Your ancestor understand the intentions of people around him.
Oh, Eagle Vision is just why.
Done. Remember, Eagle Vision will only be available once you are fully synced.
I think once you beat the game, it's available forever.
Assassin's Creed, your ancestors' way of life, will assist you with staying in sync. The creed consists of 3 tenets. First, never hurt an innocent person. Second, always be discreet. Third,
Sounds like the god from Brutal Legend. I would love to play Brutal Legend.
you can restore synchronization
Unfortunately,
by removing key
like on
markers
stream, I would love to play Brutal
or
Legend.
by respecting
Because it is a good game. But we all know that a major aspect of that game is the soundtrack.
will now be loaded.
And that soundtrack is unstreamable.
Wait! There must be another way. This one need not die.
One thing I do appreciate
Fortune favors your
is that
blade.
the end of the game,
Fortune, skill. Watch a while longer and you might
you are allowed to kill anyone you want after Altair finds out that the whole creed is bullshit.
And how would you have done it?
I would not have drawn attention to us. I would not have taken the life of an innocent. What I would have done is follow the creed.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Understand these words. It matters not how we complete our task, only that it's done.
But this is not the way of...
My way is better.
I would
It
scout ahead.
is hilarious that like the whole game gives Altair a sort of character arc where he learns to follow the creed, but they end up revealing that the creed is bullshit and his original way was correct. He was just getting a bit too rowdy.
No. All that matters is the master considers.
And so Al Mualim had to like have him stripped of his rank to do the job because he was actually getting kind of too correct. Because the creed is bullshit. Like, it was created by the Templars to explicitly fuck over to explicitly hold the assassins back. What the fuck? Oh, do I have to hold A? I have to hold A. Okay. Copyright and everything. Yeah. Yeah, that game needs its soundtrack and it just can't do it. It always tells you to lock on, but I assure you, you do not need to lock on. Also, for the record, they talk shit about Altair being awful, but like, if we're being totally honest, in an actual assassination mission, I would have definitely killed that man too.
Someone's coming.
I want us through this gate before sunrise. The sooner we possess it, the sooner we can turn our attention.
This is going to be controversial. Altair is my favorite Assassin's Creed protagonist.
No.
I know a lot of people like Ezio. I get it. I like Ezio. But I just... Altair's such a fucking badass.
Discretion, Altair.
You mean cowardice. That man is our greatest enemy, and here we have a chance to be rid of him.
You have already broken 2 tenets of our creed. Now you would break the 3rd. Do not compromise the Brotherhood.
I am your superior, in both title and ability.
There's also,
No better than to question me.
There's 2 PSP games for Assassin's Creed. They exist. I know of them. I have never played them. Maybe one day we'll play them. If I can, like, find them. Just because I'm interested. I know Altair gets with, like, a Templar girl, which hooks into the scene in Revelations at one point. Not Revelations. Yeah, Revelations, right?
Well, this
No, Brotherhood.
And what is it you
Whenever they get really into the bleeding effect.
Blood.
I love that fucking
which you little assassin. I spare you
silly rogue man decides to just straight charge a literal goddamn paladin.
He should flee now while he has the chance.
As if he had any hope.
You will die.
Here's another cool thing. When you get higher into the game, they let you start using counters. You can end an entire group of enemies with just counters in this game. This is also going to sound controversial. This is my Assassin's Creed game where I enjoy the combat the most, just because of how heavily dependent the game is on counters. Like, I love the idea of timing the button correct, and it's not like the enemy, like... the enemy doesn't, like... When you time the button correct in this game, the enemy doesn't, like, get hit. You don't, like, do extra damage. They straight fucking die. And I love that. Like, especially if you're playing with the hidden blade and using that as your weapon instead of the sword. Like, the hit the right button at the right time. Like, if you fail, you eat a fucking sword to the face. No getting around it. You weren't blocking, right? But if you hit it at just the right time, fucking dead. Just straight dead. I love that. It reminds me of, like, the highest difficulty in Way of the Samurai, which I would have played Way of the Samurai on the highest difficulty, and I think it's great. It's called Instant Death difficulty, which is a difficulty where if you're playing on, if you are hit once, you instantly die by anything. If anything hits you once, you instantly die. But if you manage to hit the opponent at all, even a little bit, also instantly dead. I fucking love it. And that's kind of like what countering with Hidden Blade is in this game. And you might not think you can do it, because whenever Altair enters into combat, he automatically pulls out his sword. But if you put your sword up in the middle of combat and switch to Hidden Blade, you can counter with it. It is the most satisfying fucking combat experience in the whole franchise. You played one of the PSP games, but it's been a while. What'd you think of it? I've always wanted to play them, but I never had a PSP at the same time I was into the Assassin's Creed franchise.
You've returned. Raouf, it is good to see you unharmed. I trust your mission was a success.
I think it's funny, Altair doesn't have an accent, but he's voiced by a guy actually from Medieval Eastern descent. He's from Chicago, though. I didn't know that. That's actually kind of cool.
My thanks, brother.
Safety and peace, Altair.
Okay, I want to talk about something. This is a thing they intended from the beginning, right? Altair is missing his left ring finger. This is because this is where the Hidden Blade comes out. See that? That's a thing. Which is, they later adapted, Altair actually is the one who adapts it according to the story, to make it so that the Hidden Blade comes out when you flex your wrist instead. First off, Hidden Blades are impossible and super impractical, but they're cool, so we're going to address them like that, right? So, the idea is that the assassins, also there's something so satisfying about just flicking your wrist and letting that shit pop out, would remove their fingers in the game universe and let their Hidden Blades slide out of it, right? That's the idea. For the record, the Hashashin were a real organization. They are nothing like this part of the game, and although all of the people you kill in this game were also real people, they are, they existed throughout the course of like 1 or 2 centuries, which the developers say is because the Templars changed history. Whatever. So the game is mostly historically inaccurate, but it takes inspiration from real history. Anyway, not important. Also, fun fact, the Hashashin, specifically, is the creator of the assassin class in Fate Stay Night. The whole Fate franchise is the Hashashin, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong on this, but I believe that the Hashashin leader, who is Alma Willem, who is a real guy, I think was probably the first assassin. Then each assassin is whoever takes on the name of assassin from that point on. And so the entire assassin class is made up of just, like, descendants and successors of the Hashashin. With the exception of whenever an assassin is summoned through dubious means, or whatever the fuck is going on in Grand Order. Whatever the fuck is going on in Grand Order. Anyway, the reason I bring this up, Assassin's Creed was originally a Prince of Persia game. That's a fun fact. I did not know that. Anyway, point is, if you look at Altair, he has his left ring finger removed, and at first I thought it was just an Altair thing, but they bring it up as a major point in 2 that they, like, change it, so now they just brand the ring fingers, right? So assassins are missing their ring fingers, except for, only Altair is, and they later claim that this is a thing, But if you go around to every assassin in the entire game, only Altair is missing his ring finger. I don't even think Al-Mualim is missing his ring finger. It's just Altair. But they later say it's a thing that every assassin had to do. Hey, look how this man has a fucking finger. What's this guy? Does he have his finger? Yeah, he fucking does. Look at all those fingies. I don't know why they didn't just make it an Altair thing. Because they clearly... And I remember they said with... I think it was Al-Mualim. They were like, oh yeah, we forgot to take his finger off. Which is great. But what about every other fucking person in the entire game? Did you forget to take everyone's finger off? Here, this man is a master assassin. You can tell because the black robes are the same black robes worn by master assassins in Assassin's Creed 3. And look at that fucking finger. Fucking Jesus Christ, Ubisoft. It's not just like, oh, we forgot with Al-Mualim. No, you forgot with literally every single character. Every character. I don't remember the story. I remember it had a mission-based structure instead of an open world, which was disappointing. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to say something about Assassin's Creed, and I don't think this is controversial, but this is the thing Ubisoft games do. There's no example in Mass IF, but... basically, you know how Ubisoft have those just towers and you have to go to the towers to unlock the map? I hate that. I hate that so much. Just give me the map. Does anyone like doing that? Because the first thing I do in every Ubisoft game, whenever I'm playing it, like this or Watch Dogs or whatever, is I'll go to all of the towers to unlock all of the map at once so I can just see my fucking objectives. Does anyone enjoy doing that? Going to the fucking towers and looking out over the city? Like, if you make it like a search point and like a bonus objective for an achievement, that's fine. But like to do it to unlock the map, does anyone like that? Anyone? Tell me if you like that. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the fucking asshole here. But I fucking hate that. It was going to be a Prince of Persia spin-off called Prince of Persia Assassins, a co-op game where you played as royal assassins. I have played a Prince of Persia game. It was the 360 one, and it has the greatest, the absolute greatest AI companion of all time. In the princess, whose name I don't fucking remember. If I remember, the prince in that doesn't have a name, but I think the princess did have a name. She is the greatest AI companion. She will never get in your way. If you're running along a wall and she's running ahead of you in the wall and you need to pass her, she will jump off of the wall, and then there's just a built-in animation. You don't even have to do anything, where your character grabs her and then flings her backward. And if you die, she comes back to life. So at the end of the game, when you fucking destroy the world in order to bring her back to life, spoilers for a Prince of Persia game from like 300 years ago, I was like, yeah, no, fucking do it. Fucking do it. That's how I want to end this game. That game's actually pretty solid, but one of the boss fights requires you to press the press a button faster than I can actually do it. Like, certain, like, button mashing expectations in game, like, so, here's a secret about me. Here's a little secret about me that I have learned myself. I'm not very fast at pressing buttons. Like, I have a great reaction time, but if you want me to mash, I'm not a good masher. So, certain games will require me to mash faster than my finger can actually hit the button.
I know you are loath to share the glory. Silence is just another form of a sin.
Have you nothing better to
I thought it was cool in Far Cry 3 for, like, first time I did it.
He waits for you in the library.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's cool once, right?
Best hurry.
I think the prince never has a name. I did not know that. Like I said, I played a Prince of Persia.
My blade to your throat.
There'll be plenty of time for that later.
I played one of the PS2 Prince of Persia games. If I remember, there was like Sands of Time, which let you manipulate time, and then there was like something, 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 something. Was it something, 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 or Sands of Time? That's how I felt when I originally played the PS2 game. Not sure how I feel about it now. No, that's fair. One day, maybe we'll play it. Just because I love Altair so much. And I want to know how he gets with his, like, cool Templar lady, other than just, like, one cutscene. Alright, you ready to get chewed out by an actual historical figure that super existed?
Altair,
Master.
come forward. Tell me of your mission. I trust you have recovered the Templar's treasure.
There was some trouble.
One thing I always liked about Assassin's Creed is that you can fucking pace mid-conversation.
When does our work ever go as expected? It's our ability to adapt that makes us who we are.
This time it was not enough.
What do you mean?
I have failed you.
The treasure?
Lost to us.
And Robert?
escaped.
I send you, my best man, to complete a mission more important than any that has come before. And you return to me with nothing but apologies and excuses.
I did.
Do not speak. Not another word. This is not what I expected. We'll need to mount another force.
I swear to you I'll find him. I'll
These-
go in.
No.
All three of them are in the same universe, so they almost certainly all had the Sasuke VA.
Where are Melik and Kadar?
Dead.
No.
Sands of Time, Warrior Within, and Two Thrones. I was thinking of Two Thrones. I forgot about Warrior
I still
Within.
live at least.
And your brother?
Gone. Because of you.
Robert threw me from the room. There was no way back. Nothing I could do.
Because you would not heed my warning. All of this could have been avoided. And my brother.
Oh, this is actually cool.
Still be alive.
If you look at Malik's arm, you'll notice it's all red with blood. He actually loses that arm, and when you see him later, he doesn't have it. They remember that detail, but if you look at Al-Mualim, you'll notice he has all of his fingers still.
Here. Take it. Though it's
Oh, hey,
not
so does that guy.
with more than just their treasure.
It baffles me that they decided this was a thing that all assassins did in the later games.
So he seeks a battle. Very well. I'll not deny him. Go. Inform the others. The fortress must be prepared. As for you, Altair, our discussion will have to wait. You must make for the village. Destroy these invaders. Drive them from our home.
It will be done.
Fast forward.
So this is a classic Castlevania moment, where you get to play as a fully powered Altair just going fucking beast mode ham on that shit. All before they take all of your powers and abilities. Which, I love the concept that Altair
It's good you've come. We need
loses his rank, so he loses his knowledge of how to counter
to
things.
protect the village. Most of our people were able to...
It's like, no, Altair, you're rank 1. You're not allowed to use counter abilities anymore.
distract the Templars. Keep them up.
He's like, I'm not allowed to? It's like, yeah, you can't, you're not allowed to fight well anymore. You can only fight like a jackass. Looking back, Warrior Within was probably the best in the trilogy. See, I never played any of them. They always looked cool, but it's one of those franchises that it's like, it looked like a thing I should get into, and then I just didn't. What do you want me to do? Oh, the sword's on the right. Why did I think the sword was on the left? Boom! Nothing more satisfying than that. Nothing. Do it! Fuck you! That's Assassin's Creed, baby! Yes! Mmm! Give it to me! Fuck yeah! Come on! Keep it going! Mmm!
You can't get away from me.
Oh yeah! Altair! Ooh! Into the hay bale, on accident. Let's get a little fancy, hold on. Really sexy Assassin's Creed doesn't play like this. Oh, I fully agree. Oh, I fucking loved the game. I played this game. I cannot, genuinely do not know how many times I played this game. Boom! I have heard that they're considering to go back with the new entry to the original gameplay style, which I'm all on board for.
Break off the attack and return to Masya! Al-Mualim commands it!
more recent one.
Altair, come. Al-Mualim's not done with us yet.
Where are we going?
Up there. We've a surprise plan for our guests. Just do as I do. It should become clear soon enough.
He's going to hurt himself.
Oh, I probably don't need to say this. Hay will not break your fall from this height. It's still hay. But I think everyone knew that.
Stand on that platform, Altair.
Although, I have to say, as far as games go, for, like, introducing you to its, like, UI and visual cues, like, if, for example, Mirror's Edge uses red to mark what path you should be traveling, this is, like, a really cool way to do it. Like, early Ubisoft might have been, like, not the best game developers ever, but they really did have a lot going for them before they just went, you know, full Ubisoft.
Your village lays in ruins, and your stores are hardly endless. How long before your fortress crumbles from within? How disciplined will your men remain when the wells run dry and their food is gone?
My men do not fear death, Robert. They welcome it, and the rewards it brings.
Good. And they shall have it all around.
Follow me, and do so without hesitation.
Show this fool knight what it is to
Best
have
part
no
memory is the
fear.
more recent one, 1190.
Go to God!
See, this is really cool, right? Imagine for a second you're Robert. And you see, like, 5 dudes on the enemy side just jump to their death for no fucking reason. Right? Or, like, assume Robert knows the deal, right? Like, they know what the Hashashim are doing, right? Assume you're a regular enemy Templar, and you just see 5 dudes just jump... Okay, 3 dudes just jump to their death for no fucking purpose.
You'll have to go ahead without us.
You'd be freaked out a little bit, right? You'd be like, what kind of fucking monsters am I fighting?
Rain death upon our enemies.
Is there a way to turn on... If I remember, this was actually an issue I had when I did my original Let's Play. Not when I did my stream, when I did my Let's Play in Assassin's Creed, was an issue I had, was there's no subtitles, so I actually had to shut the fuck up, and it was, like, impossible for me. If I remember, that was a thing I had to do. I might actually have to do that, because I just checked the option. There are no subtitles, so I will have to shut up during these cutscenes. Oh no, teenage sack. Oh god, not that asshole. Alright, I'm out of ice, and this says drink with ice. Been meaning to get this on PS3 for a while. So here we go, no ice. Let's find out. Not bad. Oh, God. There was an unexpected kick there. I am going to finish it. I'm going to stop, though. I don't want to get, like, shit-faced tonight. I'm actually a little tipsy. And I don't want to get, like... I don't want to get... I wasn't looking to get fucking twisted tonight. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking to get, like, super drunk. So I am going to stop after this. And there is a surprising amount of alcohol in this fucking blueberry margarita for something that doesn't have tequila and is just wine. Not bad, famous last words. Although this... See, the big thing is this isn't a big cup, so I basically had, like... I don't know, like a cup and a half, honestly. But like I said, there is a surprising amount of alcohol in this. You think subtitles were mandatory at this point? You'd think. This game came out in, like, what, 2007, 2009, something like that?
To a more
Anyway, to answer your question, mate, I think this game is set in like 2020. Excuse me. The fucking far future of 2020.
Do you know why it is you are successful?
Because I'm the biggest dicked badass.
Were it that you'd listened in Solomon's temple, Altair, all of this would have been avoided.
I did as I was asked.
No, you did as you pleased. Malik has told me of the arrogance you displayed, your disregard for our ways.
What are you doing?
There are rules. We are nothing if we do not abide by the Assassin's creed. 3 simple tenets, which you seem to forget. I will remind you. First and foremost, stay your blade.
From the flesh of an innocent. I know.
Slap him! Yeah!
And stay your tongue, unless I give you leave to use it. If you are so familiar with this tenet, then why did you kill the old man inside the temple? He was innocent.
He was in the way!
He did not need to die. Your insolence knows no bounds. Make humble your heart.
Same year as Power Rangers SPD. I have not watched Power Rangers since the 90s.
The second tenet is that which gives us strength. Hide in plain sight. Let the people mask you such that you become one with the crowd. Do you remember? Because as I hear it, you chose to expose yourself, drawing attention before you'd struck. The third and final tenet. The worst of all your betrayals. Never compromise the Brotherhood. Its meaning should be obvious. Your actions must never bring harm upon us.
It's 2008, isn't it? It's in between the 2 years we keep saying.
Jerusalem placed us all in danger. Worse still, you brought the enemy to our
Far future of 2012. Oh shit! The same year as Macross.
I'm sorry. Truly I am. But I cannot abide a traitor.
I am not a traitor.
Your actions indicate otherwise. And so you leave me no choice.
Macross might be set in 2010. Don't hold me too closely to that. It's one of those 2 years. I always love when a game has like the nuts to like go full sci-fi and it's only like 5 years away.
He's been in there way too long.
I can't wait till the game has the fucking cojones
We shouldn't risk it.
to go, to be like, this game is set in the far future of the year 2000. And they'll be like, that already passed. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. 2000 sounds futuristic as shit, my dude. I can't wait till we get there. I'm a little drunk. I'm a little drunk. I will say this. You can't call me an alcoholic. I have not been drunk since the last time I was drunk on stream. Like, I only drink when I stream. So you can't call me an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. I only drink when I stream. Yeah, that's why I thought it was 2020.
You're questioning my authority in front of the prisoner. There's a word for that. I believe it's called insubordination.
And I don't appreciate you trying to kill him. There's a word for that, too. I believe it's called stupid.
Lucy, this isn't my decision. I don't set the deadlines. But I'm smart enough not to challenge them. Do you want to wind up like Layla?
I know the accident has everyone on edge.
Which is why there's no time to coddle him.
If you push him too hard, he'll shut down. And then we'll have nothing.
We have nothing now.
But we will. We just need to have a little faith.
Fine. But I want you thinking of ways to improve his staying power. We can't afford to stop every time the man breaks a sweat. It's bad enough we have to trace through all of these useless memories.
I'll do what I can.
Came out in 2017, said in 2020 would have been more believable. Soul Hackers done did that. Soul Hackers technology isn't actually even all that crazy for 1997. To be honest, let's be real here. Neither is Soul Hackers 2. Like, neither of the most crazy-ass thing in Soul Hackers 2 is, like, Aeon and that computer. That one computer that the scientist makes at the beginning of the game. That's, like, the craziest thing in that game.
We're done for today, Mr. Miles. I suggest you return to your room and get some rest.
But I would love, I'm starting to remember Back to the Future 2 memes. Okay, I'm going to say something. No one will ever, no, you'll never believe this. Soul Hackers 2 has the cyborg. It's just pizza, though. We have cyborgs now. If you actually have Eagle Vision, you'll notice that this entire wall is written on in blood by a dude named Subject 16. Which I think is the end of the game. Spoilers. I think we just got a little flash of that. The following morning. Soul Hackers 2 goes harder with the anesthetic instead of Soul Hackers 1's typical 90s grunge.
We're always watching you. Now get up.
It does, I will say that.
Ooh, wonder who I get.
Soul Hackers 2 has like sells it harder.
Your ancestors almost had the right idea, Mr. Miles. If the deaths of a few people, evil people, no less, could save the lives of thousands more, well, it seems a small sacrifice.
What do you mean almost?
They didn't go far enough. To use a rather tired analogy, corruption is no different than cancer. Cut out the tumors, but fail to treat the source and, well, you're buying time at best. There's no true change to be had without comprehensive, systemic intervention.
Chemo for the masses.
Education. Re-education.
The cyborg with a chef hat and it makes pizza.
But it's not easy.
See, I don't remember that, but I believe you.
It doesn't always take.
Let me
guess. I definitely agree Soul Hackers 2 went harder with the theme.
What is it then?
Now that would be telling.
What were you going to say about Back to the Future? Oh, right, I cut myself off. Yeah, you'll never believe this. I've never seen it. Or its sequel. Can you believe that shit? You can believe it because you're used to hearing me say I've never seen this classic movie or that classic movie or this other classic movie before. You're used to being you're used to hearing I haven't seen classic movies, but there you go. I've never seen it. Oh, the ads! You'll never know now. You'll never know what I was gonna say.
I saw you stab me. Felt death's embrace.
You saw what I wanted you to see. And then you slept the sleep of the dead.
So he probably have Apple of Eden it.
That you might awake and be reborn.
To what end?
Do you remember, Altair, what it is the assassin fight for?
Peace. In all things.
I'm getting kind of drunk.
In all things. It is not enough to end the violence one man commits upon another. It refers to peace within as well. You cannot have one without the other.
So it is said.
So it is.
But you, my son, have not found inner peace. It manifests in ugly ways. You are arrogant and overconfident.
Were you not the one to say that nothing is true and everything is permitted?
You do not understand the true meaning of the phrase, my child. It does not grant you the freedom to do as you wish.
He used magic to magic away all the players with kills. Considering that's the only explanation that makes sense to me, I'm gonna have to believe you.
I should kill you for the pain you've brought upon.
No, I was gonna say, Max, here that I did say it during the ad break that I have no control over. I have never seen Back to the Future or its sequel, like ever.
Been stripped of your possessions, your rank as well,
and all of your skills.
A child once more. You were on the day you first joined our order. I am offering you a chance at redemption. You'll earn your way back into the Brotherhood.
I assume you've something planned.
First, you must prove to me you remember how to be an assassin.
So you'd have me take a life?
No, not yet, at least. For now, you're to become a student once again.
There is no need for this.
Others tracked your targets for you, but no more. From today on, you will track them yourself.
If this is what you wish.
It is.
Then tell me what it is that I must do.
We have been betrayed. Someone was assisting Robert de Sable, one of our own. You must find him and bring him here for questioning.
What can you tell me of the traitor?
Ah, but that's just it. I've given you all I will. The rest is up to you.
It's going to cause trouble.
In the second movie, they go to 2015. Not the far future of 2015. I love how I lost grab break. I can't even break grabs anymore. I'm too fucking stupid now that I'm rank 0.
Better not cause any trouble.
Can you tell I'm a little drunk?
Safety and peace, Altair.
You're in my way.
Yes, Al-Mualim has asked that I assist you.
2015 movie with 80s Jaws Nichols. Well, that's just
I
realistic.
know how it works.
Be that as it may, I have no desire to disobey.
Then be quick.
The Assassin have many tools at their disposal.
Yes, yes. We can eavesdrop, we can pickpocket, or we can use violence to intimidate.
I love how much of an asshole Altair
So
is in the
you have me
early
walk
game.
amongst the others and learn what I can about the traitor.
Yes, begin by going to the village market. That's where we first spotted the traitor.
You know who it is?
Perhaps.
Then give me a name and let's be done with it.
That's not the way it works. Now go. And remember, begin your search in the village market.
The only thing they got right was people would circle jerk the 80s. 80s cafes wouldn't doubt they exist. That's actually really easy to have guessed, though, because the 80s circle jerked the 50s. Excuse me. So they assumed that the 2015 would just work exactly like the 80s did. Like, there's a great BoJack Horseman quote that nothing is more 80s than 50s nostalgia. Maybe Sharknado takes place in the Jaws universe. Sharknado is the fucking best. Has anyone actually seen Sharknado? If you have not seen Sharknado, go watch all of the Sharknados. Sharknado is so fucking good, my dude. I've died. I jumped off a cliff and I fucking died. Hey, I got a Messiah flag. There's 20 of these. I don't actually get anything for collecting them all, so we won't be. By the way, when we get to Assassin's Creed 2, you might be asking, Sack, are you going to collect all of the feathers? Fucking no. Of course not. Are you fucking kidding? Why would I do that?
I know what I saw. Husun opened the gate. He let the Templars in.
Then you must tell Al-Mualim.
I can't. Masoon did not act alone. Someone inside the fortress helped him.
What makes you say this?
He exchanges letters with someone inside. The basket weaver carries them for him.
That's no reason to stay silent.
Ah, but the weaver delivered him a letter just before the attack. I suspect it held the order to open the gate.
Then speak to the Weaver. He can name Masoon's accomplice.
He's disappeared, hiding for fear of being dragged into this.
Probably inside one of his own baskets.
Sharknado is a good franchise until, like, Sharknado 4. I'm drunk. We've gotten to the point where I'm drunk now. I'm just drunk. Like, I'm not even tipsy. I was tipsy when I poured the first glass of, like, the third glass, I was tipsy. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. You're talking. This is drunk sack right now. This is drunk sack you're dealing with.
Please, just one. We lost everything in the
Yeah, he's super right about people being nostalgic for now. I can't wait till the 2010, 2020s nostalgia where everyone's wearing meat dresses. That's just gonna be awesome.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I see what
Sharknado's fucking cool.
I need to be alone right now. Come back.
They have a lightsaber. They have a lightsaber chainsaw. He keeps killing sharks with chainsaws. It's fucking awesome. Fucking Sharknado's cool. I love Sharknado. I watched the first Sharknado as like a fucking joke. The first time I was like, I'm gonna watch Sharknado. And then I ended up, because it was on Netflix, right? And I was like, I'm gonna watch the first Sharknado. And then I watched all the Sharknados in one day. I watched all of them to that point. I never saw the final Sharknado. So I'm not sure if the final Sharknado is good, but every Sharknado except for the final Sharknado is fucking Sharknado-y. Except for the penultimate Sharknado, where they kind of push the Sharknado joke a little too far. Like a little too far. They push the Sharknado joke. They push it. They push the Sharknado joke a little too far in the penultimate episode, because the Sharknado like hits a lava, and it hits a volcano and becomes a volcano Sharknado. Then it hits a tornado and it becomes like a tornado volcano Sharknado, and then it like gets nuked, and then it becomes a nuclear volcano Sharknado, and I'm like, this is kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. Actually, I think I haven't seen, because I don't think I saw the one where they Sharknado in space. I don't think I've seen I don't think I've seen The Fourth Awakens. I don't think I watched Sharknado The Fourth Awakens. So maybe I'm 2 Sharknados down. I've seen at least the first 3. I've seen at least the first 3 Sharknados, and they're pretty. The first 2 Sharknados are pretty fucking good. They're pretty fucking good Sharknados. Like if I had to Sharknado, Sharknado, you're dealing with drunk sack now. Is the explanation. Like, I want to be clear, I'm sober enough to realize how fucking dumb I sound right now, alright? I know how dumb this sounds. I know that my thoughts are barely coherent and I'm repeating myself. That's how sober I am. But how drunk I am is I'm doing all of the things that sober me is aware of drunk me doing. Like, so I know what's happening. I want you to know that I know that you know that I'm fucking drunk. But I am fucking drunk, dude. Sometimes I get nostalgic for 2004. That just felt like the peak of entertainment with TV and cinema. I'm gonna say something. Sometimes I'm just, I feel like I'd cry the whole time. Of Sharknado? No, it's fucking... Sharknado's hilarious, dude. Here's what I'm gonna say about 2004, because I kind of agree with you. Maybe it's because I'm old, because I'm fucking old and crusty, and I got old crustiness growing on me. What the fuck am I doing? Oh yeah, there's a mini-map thing. I was just having fun climbing on shit for a second. What was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. What I was gonna say is, like, I really liked, like, mid-2000s, 2010 pop music. Like Lady Gaga, Kesha, fucking Pitbull. I know Pitbull, I know the meme. Pitbull's fucking cool. I'd cry the whole time if I got wasted. You don't know. You don't know. I'm a happy drunk. Some people are angry. See, there's like 3 types of drunks. Maybe more. I don't claim to be an expert on being drunk. Like I said, the last time I was drunk, the last time I had alcohol, I only drink alcohol when I'm drunk. And the last time I was drunk was on stream. I only get drunk on stream. So see, it doesn't actually bother me when people call me an alcoholic. I actually kind of think it's a funny gag. But the truth is, the only time I'm ever drunk is on stream. I never drink off of stream. Except for one Fast and the Furious movie. But that was like months ago. Right? So it's not like I'm an actual alcoholic. Right? But I do find the jokes kind of amusing. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that... What the fuck was I saying? Anyway, yeah, I'm not an actual alcoholic. Is what I'm trying to say. but
interest in your games.
I was hoping if I restarted my sentence, I would remember what the fuck I was going to say. Oh yeah, so I'm not an expert on being drunk, but to my knowledge, there's basically 3 types of drunks. There's sad drunks, angry drunks, and happy drunks. And of the 3, I am happily pleased that I am a happy drunk. And I get all silly and loosey-goosey, and I love that. I love that about me. That's one of my things about me that I like. I like a lot of things about me. Currently, high school me was an asshole. Fuck high school me. But current me, I like that I'm a happy drunk. That's one thing I like. I like that I'm a happy drunk. But, like, yeah, you don't really know what kind of drunk you are. Because I always thought I would have been, like, a sad drunk or an angry drunk or the person that shares too much. But I don't. I'm a happy drunk. So you don't know what kind of drunk you are, Maid, until you get drunk.
Is that they failed?
I offer you a chance to repent.
So who knows?
The evil in your heart.
It is not
But once you know what kind of drunk you are, you should, like, remember that. Like, you should ask people, hey, what kind of drunk am I? Am I a sad drunk, angry drunk, or a happy drunk? And once you know that, you can plan around it.
You did well, Altair, and have earned the right to
You alternate between sad and happy drunk. Sometimes you can be more than one happy drunk. Sometimes you can be more than one type of drunk, apparently. See, I didn't know that. Like I said, I don't actually drink that much, so I'm not actually an expert.
These men can be saved. Others suffer from corrupted wills, their minds poisoned and twisted. These men must be destroyed. Soon enough, we'll know what sort of man Jamal is.
See, I was also afraid of what kind of drunk I would be. But then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna have a little alcohol, and I was pleasantly surprised. But if you're like absolutely certain that's not your thing, I ain't gonna pressure you into it.
They are plague bringers, war makers.
Cause it's illegally like a personal choice to like try it. Cause it's a literal poison. It's a literal poison, right?
You will find them.
Let's not doubt that.
Kill them. In doing so, you'll sow the seeds of peace, both for the region and for yourself. In this way, you might be redeemed.
9 lives in exchange for mine.
A most generous offer, I think. Have you any questions?
Only where I need begin. Ooh! I remember that line from the trailer, because I played this game 600,000 times. The trailers of Assassin's Creed games used to be so fucking awesome. I remember that the trailer for this game was fucking Teardrop by Massive Attack. That's so fucking sick. And then, like, Revelations was like fucking Iron by Woodkid. I don't remember what Brotherhood was, but I'm sure it was probably pretty cool.
Begin your mission without his consent.
What nonsense is this? I don't need his permission. It's a waste of time.
It's the price you pay for the mistakes you've made. You answer not only to me, but all the Brotherhood as well now.
I need to eat dinner.
Take your equipment and go.
But I feel like I'm currently too drunk to eat dinner. And I might as well, because I'm aware that I'm a happy drunk and not the other more horrifying kinds of drunk. I lucked out, right? Because you don't have control over what kind of drunk you are. That's the scariest part about it, is you do not have control over the kind of drunk you are. So... first off, mate, I fully understand being afraid about being worried about it. Because I was also afraid of being worried about it. It was pleasantly surprised. And, like, if you look at your odds, you don't have good odds, right? There's one good type out of 4 options.
Understand what it is to wield the blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know.
So I don't blame you for being afraid to roll that dice. I'll make you a sad drunk Sackos for when the Assassin's Creed trailer dropped. See, here's the thing. That would make normal Sack upset, but see, now you're letting your inexperience show made. Because when someone's drunk, their mental state is changed. And I am in an alternate mental state right now. And so you actually can't make me sad. Like, that would have totally worked on sober sack, but you're not dealing with sober sack right now.
You must be busy. I understand.
Fucking drunk sack's like, yeah, I know you're a baby. It's fine. Oh boy. But anyway, yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting to roll those dice, because I didn't want to roll those dice either. It's like 1 out of 4 that you get the good drunk. You get the good drunk type. Because I would argue any other drunk type is terrible. They also say, realistically, that, like, alcohol is a depressant. So, like, even if you are a drunk, like a happy drunk like I am, there's, like, you're still kind of, like, in taking a downer, and there's like a turning point, right? Where you can take too much. Which is like, this is why I always drink vodka. I've said this before, but I'm gonna share that I'm talking too loud. I know I'm talking too. I can hear myself now. Holy shit. I'm sobering up just enough to know that I'm too loud. And I'm also sober enough to know I don't care, bitches! fucking get it. You're dealing with drunk sack now. Drunk sack doesn't care about volume. Drunk sack doesn't understand the concept of volume. Fucking, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. No, I forgot. I fucking don't remember. I'm cursing a lot. Believe it or not, I was trying to stop cursing at one point because I thought it would be better because then I could, if I stopped cursing, I could take the age gate off of my Twitch. Didn't. And it worked for a while.
When you have been
but not for drunk sack. Drunk sack kind of wants to drink a little more. But there's just enough sober sack in drunk sack's brain that's like, that's stupid, you fucking idiot. Like, honestly, like, part of me is like, I would totally fucking drink more of that. I kind of want more margarita. But, like, the barely sober part of my brain is like, don't you fucking dare, you goddamn asshole. With sober sack try alligators. Fucking sober sack has eaten alligator jerky already, and it's pretty fucking good, actually. Because I used to live in Nolans, and they had alligator jerky just in a fucking Walgreens. By the way, no one goes to Walmart in Nolans because you're too poor. You fucking live in... You fucking go to Walgreens is your fucking Walmart if you live in Nolans. So, like, I fucking ate alligator jerky once. I had it once. It was, like, in the form, like, of a Slim Jim or some shit. And it was like, you know what? This is pretty fucking good. I liked it. Honestly, if you can eat alligator, I'd recommend alligator. I've only seen it in Nolans, though. I've never seen it anywhere else. Walgreens is the Walmart of the... No. Nolans isn't the South, alright? See, people from not the South don't understand that there are certain parts of the South that aren't actually the South, alright? Now, I'm not going to speak for the entirety of Louisiana, but, like, Nolans specifically is not the South. It really isn't. There's a different culture. What about rattlesnake jerky? Never had it. Have you had it? Is it good? I bet it's probably pretty okay. Nolans ain't the South, right? Because it's a French territory, and there's a lot of French influence on it. Like, a lot of French influence on it. It's like this fucking alien country covered in cockroaches. So many cockroaches. You don't understand. You don't understand how many cockroaches there are in Nolans unless you've been to Nolans, alright? There's so many fucking... You don't fully understand. If you look at a wall, right? If you look at a wall... and you look at the cockroaches in the wall, right? If you do that, if you fucking do that, there is a cockroach at least every inch and a half. Inch and a half, you're looking at a fucking cockroach on the wall. They're just filthy with, it's just so many cockroaches. You can smell them. There's so many cockroaches, you can smell the cockroaches. All right? If you think you have a fucking cockroach problem wherever you live, and you don't live in Australia, you don't understand what a cockroach problem is. I laugh at your concept of cockroach problems. All right? You're a fucking baby idiot child who doesn't know what a cockroach problem looks like. What you're saying is if the South has their own country, they'd still hate each other. No, what I'm saying is, like, there are parts of the South that are just like when you think of South, you think of like Confederate state, like hyper racist, like gun-toting, kind of like Redneckville. And like Nolans is not redneck. You think Redneckville, right? Am I wrong? You think Redneckville. Nolans ain't Redneckville, is the thing. It is not. It's got this like own like hybrid like French Creole culture that is like unique to the area. It is like straight up not the South. And that's something people don't understand if they're not from the area, is that Nolans isn't truly the South. Now, some areas of Louisiana as a state, they are the South. Like some parts of Louisiana I know are the South. But Nolans specifically is like its own fucking alien planet world. That is independent. Like unless you have been there, you don't fully understand. Like there's first off, it's not even like racist or like Redneckville, because like there's such a high black population there. Like there's so many like ethnic minorities in Nolans that like like you cannot be racist, and it's so heavily French. It's so. I live in Reading. You live in like Alabama, don't you? You live in like, you live in the South. I've never seen a cockroach before, and I'm happy with it. You motherfucker. That is baffling to me. That is terrifying. That is fucking crazy. I can't wrap my brain fully around that sentence you've just told me. I really can't. I can't comprehend that. That confuses me. You've confused Drunk Sack. Drunk Sack's brain is looping in a circle from that information. I live in Oregon. I don't understand. There are no cockroaches in Oregon? That doesn't... How is that possible? There are cockroaches. I have never lived anywhere I haven't seen a cockroach. There have been cockroaches in... I have lived in multiple states, and I have never not seen a cockroach. They don't live in the Pacific Northwest. Why do I not live in the Pacific Northwest? That's fucking insane. I fucking required this information. I need to move to the Pacific Northwest. I should move to Oregon. Maybe I'll move to Oregon. I've been thinking about moving to Ohio. Maybe I'll move to fucking Oregon if there's no cockroaches. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nolans is like, it's its own thing. It's not the South. It's fucking like an alien place. Like there's a semi-fast food place called like La Madeleine's. That's just like they sell quiche. They got really good quiche there. You can get some good quiche there. It's like super Frenchy. It also has a really high crime rate. Don't go there, you'll die. Also, they sell porn there. Like, they just sell porn. Like, on the street, like, a fucking... as a kid, I shouldn't be sharing this. I don't think I've ever said this before, but I'm too drunk to not share this, and I'm leaning into it. There was a fucking... When I was, like, fucking 5, I was 5, there was a VHS tape, because I'm old. I'm an old person. Spoilers. There was a VHS tape of this, like, hot chick, and she was just showing her tits on the VHS tape, and this was displayed on this was like a window store. Like, you know how, like, they put, like, mannequins up in the window to get you to come into the store? There was just, like, this VHS tape of this hot chick just showing her fucking tits. They were pretty great tits. They were fucking some top tier tits, by the way. I'm just gonna put that out there. And that was, like, on the window display in Nolans, because that's the kind of city that is. That is the kind of city Nolans is like, they have like ghost tours and they're like, yeah, like 300 slaves died in the basement of this building. Like, that's the kind of place that is, all right? It's fucking, it's lunacy, all right? The whole, they're fucking, there's a statue, it's like a statue of Touchdown Jesus, because at the right time, it looks like Jesus is going like, fucking goal, bitch! That's Nolans, all right? It's fucking crazy. You don't understand, all right? Unless you've lived in Nolans, you don't know Nolans, all right? The fucking bands, man. I went to a private music school when I went to Nolans, and like, the roaming bands of Nolans will fucking steal your kids. They'll steal your fucking kids, man. There's like brass bands, like marching bands, all the time. They'll fucking do it. It's not a myth. They'll steal your fucking children, and you'll never see little fucking Timmy again until you the next marching band passes by. It's like a fucking monster. It's like a fucking Vode from Vampire the Masquerade. It'll fucking absorb your children into the marching band, and now your kid is just a marching band kid. That's fucking Nolans, alright? That you don't understand. You don't understand the marching bands. I want you to know that I am sober enough to know how crazy I sound, but drunk enough that I can't stop. That's where my brain is right now. I used to kill those guys when I was playing the game the first time. Maybe I should move to Nolans. Anyway, yeah, fucking Nolans, man. Fucking Nolans. Anyway, Nolans isn't even the real South. Like, it's not. It's not the South. So there's actually an AI thing going on here that prevents everyone from attacking me simultaneously, which is the only reason I'm still alive. We'll probably win this. We're gonna die. We're objectively gonna die. We're not gonna survive this. I know you're all being like, man, Sack, you're the coolest and you're gonna survive, but we're not the coolest and we're not gonna survive this. Closest we have to that is Mobile. Mobile's crazy, huh? I remember, one thing is, you can drink at any age, and Nolans, they'll let you drink at any age as long as you're, like, an adult gives it to you. I think it might be Legal Guardian, but I don't think they really care too much. So, like, during Mardi Gras, you'll see, like, a fucking, like, 10-year-old, just, like, with the biggest beer you've ever seen in your fucking life. Just, like, a gallon of beer. And they'll do that. And, like, some people, like, piss on the floor, because, like, Yeah, sometimes you gotta piss, right? Sometimes you gotta piss. But, like, the problem is, like, some people will just, like, piss on the, like, ground, and you're not allowed to do that in Nolans, right? You can't, like, piss in public. So you have to wipe up your piss, and so there's a lot of shirtless dudes, because the cops will be like, look, we can either take you to jail, or you can wipe up your piss with your shirt. And, like, let's be honest, like, 99.99% of dudes just, like, take their shirt off and just, like, wipe up their piss is what happens, right? So there's a lot, so in Mardi Gras, there's a lot of, like, shirtless dudes, and there's, like, a lot of tits, and there's, like, a lot of beads, and there's a lot of alcohol. We do have the Vortex. What the fuck is the Vortex? That's awesome. That's so much cooler than Mardi Gras. And we have Baby Jesus. We put Baby Jesus in our cake. That's the thing. If you get, like, a fucking king cake, and it's got, like, the Baby Jesus in it, I think you're lucky. I think it's lucky. I don't remember. It's been a while. But, like, yeah, that's Nolans. That's Nolans, my dude. That's fucking Nolans. It's fucking crazy. And Nolans isn't really the South. Here's another place people might think is the South if you're not from there, but you don't realize isn't actually technically the South. Excuse me. Florida is not actually as much of the South as you might think it is, right? Because you think it's the South because it's, like, a red state, but the only reason that Florida is a red state is because of all the fucking old people that moved there in, like, the 80s or some shit. So that's why people think Florida's a red state. In reality, there's, like, a huge, like, minority population there, right? From Hispanic people, there's, like, black people, then there's fucking, like, so many gay people. Florida's got so many gay people. So a lot of gay people. So, like, a big issue, like, primarily the problem is, like, a lot of, like, old retirees live there. And that's why it, like, became a red state, and, like, young people don't fucking vote, is the problem. Like, minorities and young people don't vote, and that's why red states exist, primarily, is because the people who need to make things not red states, unless you're in, like, the actual South, right? Really, the only true, like, understandable red states are the South, right? Like, unless you're, like, a pure, like, southern state, which Florida isn't because it was owned by Spain for, like, the longest fucking time, then, like the true pure-blood, like, red states are mostly, like, real deep South states, right? Which isn't necessarily to say that blue states are better, but they are. Marginally. They're marginally better. I saw a video explaining the history of Florida. Fucking Florida's history is so goddamn crazy, dude. It was fucking conquered from Spain by Andrew Jackson because Andrew Jackson is a goddamn lunatic and I love him. Fucking craziest president ever. Vortex is fucking weird. Like, you can stand on one end with someone else and you'll be taller than them, and then switch sides and they'll be taller than you. That's... What the fuck is it? It's called How Florida Got So Weird. That's actually the thing. That's the secret. That's the secret that most people don't know. Florida's not that weird. That's Florida's deepest secret is that Florida isn't actually weird. Florida is one of the few states with open... What does this do? What the fuck was that? Florida's one of the few states with open arrest records. So you can see how people got arrested, which is something you can't do in most other states. The buildings are built there are all slanted and shit. That's crazy. There's some really slanted... If you've ever been to San Francisco, California, there's some buildings there. You don't... There's some buildings there that are like, if I recall, they are like the actual... There are some buildings there that are like the most slanted roadways in the world that don't have the record only because Like, they're at, like, the most extreme angles up a hill you've ever, like, in the world. And the only reason they don't have the record is they don't go on for long enough because there's too many road breaks.
Is that the last of them? I hope so. Still,
The trees are
best
slanted
not
as
to
shit.
take any chances.
If you've ever been to San Francisco,
Don't think I'll
it's
leave it again
crazy.
anytime soon.
The history is the natives said it was cursed land, and white people bit shit there anyway, and then they noticed shit was weird.
Forget it.
That's a fun story. I like that. Excuse me. Alright, now, the way we're supposed to get in is we saved that guy. But the cool thing about Assassin's Creed 1 is we saved that guy, so now we can use the scholars to get in. But the other way we can get in is we can just jump and run, motherfucker! I'm Altair Ibn Lahad! You fucking cocksuckers! You dumb pieces of shit! You don't even understand that I'm Altair! Fuck you! You assholes! You fucking dickbags! You pieces of shit! You smell like moldy dick! I hate you! It's one huge optical illusion. That's cool. I was supposed to turn the game off. I was supposed to turn the game off. But I haven't. But I haven't. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Florida has open arrest records, so you can see what people got arrested for. If you can see in your state what people got arrested for, it's fucking weird. Like, people get arrested for so. The only reason you think Florida's weird is because you see what people got arrested for. Like, it's not that weird. It's also not that deep south because there's too many people here in Florida. There's too many Florida people that are like. Yeah, like they're not rednecks. Like Florida's not a deep south state. Florida doesn't even like hang the fucking Confederate flag. 2 hours is pretty short for me. Yeah, that's fair. Paninis. Does anyone remember that one show? You remember that show?
Do you understand? Yes.
That fucking what show? Chowder? I remember Chowder. You remember the character Panini?
Do not think to betray my presence in this city. We have many.
Lil Nas X did a song called Panini. It's actually pretty decent. I like Lil Nas X.
You have my word.
Good. Then be quick about it.
He makes some decent songs. I kind of like his music. I also like the concept of like an openly gay rapper.
You've something to say?
Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah. Isn't that kind of cool? We need more openly gay rappers in the hip-hop scene.
You can apologize for that. Are you quite done?
I got so drunk that I started playing the game. My brother was like, Lil Nas X, I've only heard like a song. You've probably heard Old Town Road, or the first Old Town Road remix, or the second Old Town Road remix, or the third Old Town Road remix, or the 15th Old Town Road remix. You probably heard that. You've probably heard one of those. The only thing I don't like a little about Lil Nas X is his name. It's just like a mixture of like 3 famous rappers. It's like the laziest fucking rap name in history. I'm hungry, but I'm too drunk to eat. It wasn't. You haven't heard Old Town Road? The Old Town Road. The something. Was it Montenegro? The music video where he gives Satan a lap dance? Was it that one? Was it Panini? Was it Industry Baby? Industry Baby is a pretty good song. I like Industry Baby. He dances naked with a bunch of naked dudes in a shower in that one. He's like very openly gay. And fucking more power to him. You know what I'm saying? Good for you, Lil Nas X. Do it. You push that industry forward. Hi, I'm gonna kill you. I don't want you alive anymore. Because I'm Altair? Were you aware that I was Altair and I don't want you alive anymore? I don't want you alive anymore. You're not alive anymore. I did it. Huzzah! Altair! Can you imagine in modern society if you could see a woman getting bullied by cops and then you just walk up to the cops and you just murder them all? You imagine that? What a fucking society this would be. It would be crazy. I don't know if it would... It'd probably be a pretty shitty society. Because if you can get away with that, you can basically get away with just killing anyone. And you shouldn't be able to get away with killing anyone. I think most people agree you shouldn't be able to kill anyone without consequences. Most people would be like, no, I don't like that. Can we not do that? You can't imagine. See, you're imagining that. I did viewpoint 3 of 9. Oh, excuse me. Where am I on the map? You said it and I pictured the scenario in my head. Fucking, that's impressive. To be able to picture scenarios in your head based on auditory input. You know, not everyone can do that.
Altair, I need your help. I took something from one of Tamir's men and now they're after me. Please, see me to safety and I'll share it with you.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll help you. I'm gonna help this guy. I'm gonna help him. Watch me help him. Hey, gentle pushing. This is a true fact. I once tried to do the... This is a sad true fact. I once tried to do the same gentle push technique that Altair did in real life, and it did not work. People got immediately upset. You cannot do this in real life. I think I was like a freshman. You want to see something cool? Watch this. Die! I'm the coolest. That wasn't what I was trying to do, but it was pretty cool, right? You know, my favorite thing about video games is when you're doing an escort mission and you walk slightly faster than the person you're escorting, but if you slow down, you walk so slow that the person can't, that you like walk too slow and you just can't. So there's no like correct speed to walk.
Seems to be
I love that. Ow! I hurt my hand. I love how I'm investigating this dude, like, to the point where I can straight murder him right now. And I have not even gotten the mission to kill this guy yet. Altair is such a good assassin that he doesn't even need to know who he's going to assassinate. Like, no one needs to tell him. He just knows. He knows it in his bones. Here's a fact that I've definitely told before on stream, but that know it in your bones thing comes from Oblivion. And I know I've said that before, so I know no one's probably surprised by it. But yeah, that's an Oblivion quote. There's like a dude in Shivering Isles. It was an expansion pack because back then they didn't have DLC. You had to like buy a separate thing. But yeah, where you have to kill the Guardian, and he keeps talking about how he knows things in his bones, and how the bones tell him to do things, and they need to use the power of bones to kill the Guardian. For, like, the Shivering Isles gate before you get to, like, Dementia Romania. And, like, that's where that bones thing comes from. Where I'm like, oh, I can feel it in my bones. I know it's also just, like, a phrase, but that guy, like, he sells it, my dude. He loves bones. Here's another quote that I'm not sure if I ever said the origin for. But when I go, you win this round, the full quote is, you win this round, Gasai. And it is a quote from Mirai Nikki Abridged. You never would have guessed that, would you have? Haha. Because Mirai Nikki Abridged never actually finished. The guy just gave up. But the teacher goes, it's like episode 2 or something. It's fucking hilarious. I laughed so hard. And he was like, the teacher comes up to Yuno Gasai and is like, Gasai, are you a serial killer? And then she just says, are you? And he's like, you win this round, Gasai. That shit fucking floored my ass. I needed to step away because I was laughing so hard. It's funnier in context, obviously, but fuck, man. And I quote that to this day. I still say, you win this round, because I fucking love it. Like, I started saying it so often and so long ago that I sometimes forget where that quote originates from. But Drunk Me knows. Drunk Me knows the origin of all of my catchphrases. Except for fair. I have no fucking clue where fair came from. I bet it comes from people who feel the weather shifts from bone aches. Probably the original, but when I'm saying it, I'm referencing the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Excuse me.
I'm telling you, it's rats.
No, it's children. I hear them laughing.
Rats or children? Either way,
I want
head for
to
business.
rewatch DBZA.
Noise.
Someone needs to get up on those beams and clear them out.
Excuse me.
I wonder how they're
No, that's true. A lot of them really aren't funny.
the central courtyard.
Then we should ask the
Mirai Nikki Abridged was, but it didn't even. I think I don't even know if it got halfway. But yeah, I want to rewatch DBZA. I was thinking about that. I might do it on my birthday. My birthday's coming up soon. Ow, my hip hurts! Oh, my hip popped! Yeah, because a lot of people... Because the original, like, major abridged series was, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And then, like, everyone bit off that bullet. And then DBZA came out. And then everyone tried to be DBZA. And people didn't understand DBZA. Like, the best thing about Team 4-Star is that when you watch DBZA, you can tell that they have, like, a genuine love and appreciation for Dragon Ball. And, like, most other fucking abridged series just try and cram as many goddamn jokes into it as possible. Not even, like, good jokes. They're just, like, they're trying to hit those, like, jokes per minute. And you don't, like, this is the thing. This is why I always say DBZA is the best abridged series. And not, like, Something Winning Entertainment's SAO abridged. It's like, yeah, sure, it's good. But, like, you can tell that Team 4-Star cares about Dragon Ball. And I just do not get the sense that fucking Something Witty gives a shit about SAO. I feel like they thought, like, the sensation, like, they claim to, but I don't get it. Like, it feels like something, it was made by someone who just, like, who didn't like SAO and was trying to fix it. But, like, yeah, it doesn't come off as genuine. And, like, I enjoy it. It's funny. They make some good jokes. But, like, it doesn't even work to further the narrative that SAO tells, is the problem. Like, they went off in their completely own direction, and they're gonna fuck themselves. Because, like, say what you will about Reki Kawahara, but he has improved vastly as a writer over the course of the series. And you would know this if you were a fucking SAO fan, but they're not SAO fans. So they've, like, rewritten parts of the story, even as far as Season 1, and I caught this immediately, and it is not gonna work. Like, they're not gonna get the fucking Tetra speech, the Tetranominos in the fucking place, because the rewrites they've made already fuck over the story of later Sword Art parts. So they're gonna have to rewrite the entire goddamn thing.
Then what will you do?
I'll go to Abu Nukut.
The merchant king.
Helsing Bridge is weird because more people seem to have Helsing Abridged instead of Helsing. That's also actually made by Team 4-Star, but I haven't watched it.
And decide for himself.
Yeah, but like that's actually kind of the point, though, right? Like, Reki Kawahara has improved so dramatically as a writer that if he was as good of a writer now as when he started the original SAO, like, if he was at the current level when he started SAO, we would be talking, like, when we arrived to the point we are currently at, SAO would go down as like as a legendary light novel. Like, more, not just for its influence, for, like, its actual quality. Like, if he had continued to improve at the same rate as when he dropped Alicization, it would be in the conversation with, like, Hunter x Hunter and Berserk. That obviously didn't happen, because when he started SAO, he was at the level he was when he started SAO, but... But in an alternate future where he was at the current level when he started and he continued to improve at the same rate, it would be in the conversation for best of all time. I don't think it would be the best of all time, but it would be in the conversation. Honestly, I don't think most of the things that are in the conversation are actually the best of all time, because the best of all time conversations, like the GOAT conversations for, like, anime and manga, are usually dominated by normies. Which is why you get things like fucking Hunter x Hunter on there, but people would be bringing up SAO in that conversation, in that scenario I have posited. Because, like, the one thing you guys will respect about Reki Kawahara to no end is, like, most light novel creators, when they actually hit it big, will just stop developing, they'll start doing whatever worked, and, like, that's where they leave it. They're like, okay, this worked, I'm going to keep doing this. And, like, if they manage to hit it big with a shitty light novel, they'll just stick to that. And Reki Kawahara is like, I'm going to keep improving, and then he fucking did. Like, he's one of the, like, he might be the only light novel author I can think of that hit it big, didn't know how to handle it, and then kept working at improving his skills. Like, he cares about his craft, and I respect the hell out of that. Something Witty does not like SAO. They've made that clear. And I don't like SAO either. But you're right that them repurposing their own is a little, let's say, sussy-wussy. This is not a replacement for the original series. Is it? Is it really? Yeah, what they did with, I want to say Kayaki is his name. And what they did with, like, Kirito, like, you can't fix that. Like, if you're trying to, like, go into late game SAO, you can't. You cannot go into that. Like, they fucked themselves in Season 1, and as an SAO fan, I was aware, by Season 1, that there's no way to get to the end game from here. And, like, that's why I will always hold DBZA as the best abridged series. Because you watch Team 4-Star, you know that they might be making fun of, like, the plot holes in Toriyama's shitty writing, but you can tell that that is created by a people of people who loved Dragon Ball. He was like, no, I had heard he was 16. That is completely wrong. He was like 29. That's sort of like an urban legend I found out. Because I remember I looked it up on stream. I was like, yeah, he was like 16 or something. But no, he was a grown-ass man. But, like, I mean, even still, like, grown-ass man hitting it big at, like, 29. Of all places, and still being like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep improving my skills, that's still respectable. Like, at any age, that's respectable. If anything, it might, and I'm not sure I fully believe this, but it might be, you could make an argument, more respectable to, like, keep trying to improve well into adulthood. Even the Ghost Stories dub follows the plot of the show. Yeah. Yeah, like I enjoy the Something Witty thing, but, like, those aren't the same characters, is what I'm saying. It's not the same characters, it's barely the same plot. Like, the idea of they get stuck in the game is the same plot, but they went such a completely different direction that they, like, rewrote everything. And even, like, the most, like, if you look at Team 4-Star, even the most egregious changes, like Mr. Popo, comes from, like... like, Mr. Popo being, like, an unstoppable badass that everyone's afraid of, comes from the concept that there's, like, one random-ass scene in, like, the Majin Buu arc, which they didn't even adapt. Period. They stopped before they even got that far. Where he, like, backhands, like, I think Super Saiyan 3 Trunks or some shit, just, like, fucking slaps him across the field, which he should not be strong enough to do. And so they just ran with the joke that Mr. Popo was a badass, because that was the only way to make fun of the scene. Like, they plug up the plot holes in DBZA. And, like, that's such a, like, an obscure bit of trivia that they just knew offhandedly that, like, most people wouldn't even fucking remember. But they, like, bothered to fix that plot hole in, like, episode 2. I think the only person I can think of who hit it big, young, and got their shit together is Mike Patton. I don't know who Mike Patton is.
Safety and peace, Altair. I trust you are looking for information to aid you in a strike against Tanya. I fear I have nothing to offer. But here, Mike. Shouldn't be too far from here.
Where am I going? Anyway, yeah, that's why DBZA is the best abridged series. Because they know their shit, and they care about their source material. And, like, they might be brought up to 11, and, like, people are like, oh, DBZA is not real Dragon Ball, but, like, the truth of the matter is, like, yeah, the jokes they make are, like, mostly true. Like, Goku is a shitty dad.
Not my place to judge.
Like, that is the fact of the matter. And, like, people are like, no, he isn't. If you watch the original, no, he is, though. Like, I once mathematically proved to someone in a comment section that, yeah, no, Piccolo has spent more time with Gohan than Goku has.
And they'll surely be of service to you.
So, like, they don't come out of left field, but, like, Kirito being obsessed with pop culture is not Kirito's personality. But it is what it is, and, like, but, like, that is his personality in, like, SAO Abridged. And, like, is it funny? Sure, but that's not fucking Kirito. Asuna's not a fucking racist. Like, yeah, it works out well, it's funny, I enjoy it, but, like, that's not fucking SAO. They didn't make SAO, they just went in their own goddamn direction. And I don't know how so many people miss this, but when he says at the end, oh, I forget the reason of why I trapped people in a video game, he's fucking lying. I don't know how so many people don't understand that he's basically saying, shut the fuck up, I'm not gonna tell you. We know this. We know he's lying because we see him in later parts. He has this huge master plan. Every part of the series is tied to his plan. He's not an idiot who's gonna lay it all out on you immediately. I don't know how people don't understand this. I don't know, bro. Yeah, it's a fucking lie. But, like, so many people just assume that it's like he genuinely didn't know. Of course he knew. If you watch, literally, if you get to Season 2 of Sword Art Online, you'll figure out that the man fucking knew.
And when the battle was finished, the Saracen leader saw to it that the merchant was repaid 1,000 times.
Even more so, because he's like fucking, I think he's like back to life or something in the new season. He uploaded his brain to a robot. It's well established. It makes sense. I assure you. That's the thing. SAO makes sense, though.
How about you turn around and go away?
I'm going. Oh, I gotta beat this guy up.
Something?
Oh, I thought this was a guy at a pickpocket, but no, I gotta beat the fuck out of him. Hey, I'm gonna kick the fuck out of you. I don't like your face, I don't like your dick, and I'm gonna punch you in both of them.
To know quite a bit about Tamir. Tell me what he's planning.
First thought, I'm gonna bring my other band to this big ladle, and he did, and they still made some bizarre, weird music they made. I don't remember it, and I was like this, but it might 29. He was like 29, 28. He was like way older than people think he was.
Continue. He is preoccupied as of late. He oversees the production of many, many weapons.
What of it? They're meant for Salah ad-Din. This does not help me, which means it does not help you.
No, stop, listen! Not Salahuddin. They're for someone else. The crests these arms bear, they are different, unfamiliar. It seems Tamir supports another, but I know not who.
Is that all?
Yes, yes. I've told you everything I know.
Then it's time for you to rest.
I killed that guy for no reason. I think that was against the creed, but Altair doesn't care. Altair doesn't even know what the creed was. Am I done? I'm done. I got so fucking drunk I almost did the entire first part of the game. I don't want to read the word membranes when I'm reading that sex scene. Alright, so this is a thing I've seen before. Is that I'm assuming it's a terrible translation of a totally acceptable Japanese word. But the word, like, membrane and glands and mucous membrane comes up a lot in, like, Japanese. And like I said, I'm assuming it's a translation issue.
Altair, it is good to see you. And in one piece. You as well, friend. I am sorry for your troubles. Think nothing of it. A few of your brothers...
Because no one who speaks English says these words.
I heard the things they said. I'm certain you'd have slain them where they stood. It's quite all right.
Yes, you've never been one for the creed, have you?
Is that all?
I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the Mass?
A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it.
I trust you have searched the area to better understand your enemy.
I don't want to read glands or
Here's
mucus
what I've
anymore.
learned.
Fucking
Tamir rules
fair.
over the Souk El Salah. He makes his fortune selling arms and armor. And is
Yeah, I
supported
don't
by many
know what the deal is. I don't know if it's like a translation thing. Like maybe Japanese porn is like weirdly clinical.
death dealer in the land.
And have you devised a way to rid us of this blight?
A meeting is being arranged at
It would
Souk
make a
El
lot of
Salah to
sense
discuss
culturally, to be
important
honest, with their birth rate.
Steel Tamir has ever made. He'll be distracted with his work. That's when I'll strike.
Your plan seems solid enough. I give you leave to go. Let Al-Muallim's will be done. You may rest here until you are ready.
All right. I'm debating.
Fast forwarding.
It's fucking awfully Rifflin. Sure. I'm debating whether we should kill this guy. Should we kill this guy now?
ردوها علي.
Stop running! You cannot escape!
Without counter, this is really hard.
God is on my side. Stop running! You cannot escape! I will catch you! Won't get away from me!
Good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me.
We're gonna go ahead and save all of the citizens. That's a straight fucking Templar. Beating a Templar is like impossible. Or apparently I'm so fucking good at the game that it's not impossible. Anyway, Ubisoft apparently makes movies and TV shows. Do they? I know the plot of Assassin's Creed 4 is you're trying to film a TV show. I'm gonna save all of the citizens, and then I don't think we're gonna kill Tamir.
What's going on?
Because I don't think I'm sober enough to kill Tamir. But when the name Templar made sense, they were actually Templars.
Good you came along when you did.
Yes.
Another minute and they would have
They're like
lost.
virtually invincible in this game. Unless I guess you're really good. Which apparently you never forget how to kill Templars, I guess. Apparently you never forget how to Assassin's Creed. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and save all the citizens. And then I don't think we're going to kill Tamir, because I don't think I'm fully sober enough to do that. And also, I just don't want to.
What is it?
Hi, die. Die. And dead.
Praise God, you saved me. All the city will know of your sacrifice.
Abandoning your mission, Sack. No, it's fine. I mean, do you want me to kill Tamir? The only thing that's really stopping me from killing Tamir tonight, because I'm confident I can kill Tamir, is I don't want to sit through the cutscene of having killed Tamir. I don't want to sit through the cutscene of having killed Tamir, and then I have to go into the, like, Animus and, like, talk to Lucy and talk to, like, the doctor and all that shit. Like, I don't want to sit through all those cutscenes. Like, if it was just, like, kill Tamir, talk to Al-Mualim, I'd be fine with that. I don't want to, like, do everything like, I'm afraid of everything that happens after I do that.
I'll have your hand for that.
Why are you doing this to me? I've done nothing wrong.
You need something?
You are
That was inconvenient.
You came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with you.
There we go. We gotta get 100% completion. Minus the flags. Because honestly, it's just easy. Like, it's pretty easy. Like, it's not hard to do. That's the main thing. Like 100% memory completion minus additional memories.
I'll have your hand for
What is wrong with you?
For today only, my presence. I've decided to reduce that will cost you your life.
Why are you doing this?
You've no reason to stand here.
How irresponsible of you.
Die here. Stop running! You can't escape!
Thank you. Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
And thousands of lives are lost in its defense. It seems a tragedy. But I say, this is an honor. Go away.
He shouldn't be running like that.
Oh, I can't even tackle. I guess I'm too low of a rank to know how to tackle. That's realistic.
Good day, my friend. If there's anything I can help, war consumes the land, and thousands of lives are lost in its defense. It seems a tragedy. finest wares in all the land. Good day, my friend. Anything I can help you with?
Do that again and I'll call the boss.
Curse the Christian king and his anywhere else, I swear it.
You dare steal in my presence? That will
What
cost
is it?
you your life!
Please, help me!
This scene where we're like fighting 3 inches away from this woman reminds me of that scene where like Jack Hanma and that one dude gets into like that one guy's making like a phone call in Baki, and like Jack Hanma and like one of the prisoners just gets into the exact same phone booth as him, and they just fucking fight. Like that's what was just happening there. Fuck off, I don't need the camera to show me.
You are filth! Die, thief!
Won't anyone help me?
Hey, here's something you don't know about.
You're hurting me.
Die, have your head!
Hey! And you're dead. Boom!
Another minute and they would have made off with me.
Yes! That is... You did it, Altair. You're the fucking... You're the coolest.
Where is the one responsible for this?
You'll never catch me. Excuse me.
What would cause him to run like that? Why is he running around?
I'm actually getting a lot more sober. But I am gonna need to get something to eat soon. I'm actually shocked at how fast we're going through this, though.
You something to say?
My friend sent me a video of some school driver walking off and abandoning the bus. Oh yeah, I've heard about that happening before. Kids are shits.
Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear.
Waiting. He tempts us always. Be strong. Strong like Salahadin. And take up arms against our enemies. In whatever way.
I'll have your hand for that.
Even you're so annoyed with the kids on the bus, you tough that out to finish. 'Cause I feel like you risk getting some degree of charges.
Dirty thief, I'll have
Maybe. I don't know. Child endangerment, probably. You probably don't know this, but I'm the coolest. Watch me kill all of you. Boom! Altair'd it. Alright. Okay. So anyway, I Altair'd pretty hard. See, that's a fucking kind of... No, I don't know this because I've never actually played them, but I'm going to make the bold claim as someone who's never played one of them, that that's the kind of cool, slick assassin bullshit you can't do in the modern games. The modern games, it's all like, how many hit points does the enemy have? Old school Assassin's Creed is just like, yeah, I'll just kill everyone in the straight zero effort. Because I'm the awesomest. Because I went to assassin school. I don't think the new games have hidden blades. The fucking... That's why they're bad. It's not the fact that it's just all magic all the time. It's that they're bad. Because no hidden blades. That actually is kind of terrible, though, if they don't have hidden blades. I mean, it would make sense chronologically. But it's such an iconic part of the franchise, you know?
Go away.
Now.
I will.
He's not the last of them. I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances.
Norse mythology is so fucking overdone. Use something more interesting like Egyptian.
I'll leave it again and
They did.
You've done me a kindness, young man.
Assassin's Creed Origin takes place in Egypt.
Forget it.
I don't know if it, like, touches on the mythology, though. But I do agree with you. I've never been a big fan of Norse mythology.
You dare steal my that will cost you your life.
Your life ends now.
I'm always wary of people super into Norse mythology because, like, black metal 50-50, they could be super racist. Yeah, I don't know. I was never big into it. All right, I think I'm done. I think we're good. I think we're done. I think we're gonna finish. Hey, we can do the credits whenever I want. Let's look at the memories. Okay, so the memories have everything but Tamir being killed. So that's actually cool. So we did it. Honestly, I think this is a pretty productive stream. Despite the fact that I got fucking drunk. Like, we managed to accomplish something. You might be wondering why we didn't do the other thing I was going to talk about. It's because I couldn't find time earlier in the week, or Scottish folklore is pretty fucking cool. Yo, no one does Scottish. Scottish would be a cool thing to touch on. You ever play the game simply called Folklore? I not only have played that game, but I have not beaten it, but I do own all of the DLC for it. So there you go. There's your answer to those series of questions. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, no, honestly, we made some pretty good progress. You might be wondering why I didn't do the thing I said I was going to do. And I decided that I couldn't find any time last month, because technically it's April now. So I'm going to wait for the end of April. And if Cold Topic gets delayed again, I'm going to pull the trigger. And we'll see what happens. But anyway, yeah, hopefully everyone had a good time. I just kind of felt like doing this tonight. I just felt like it. I just felt like Assassin's Creed. But I gotta eat, and I gotta go to bed. Because it's really late. So thanks for everyone who stopped by. Hope everyone had a good time. Shout out Maid. Shout out MacTier. You the realists. I gotta